Hi everyone, I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother. I'm back. I know I just did one today. Something was brought to my attention. Um, I am on my YouTube channel as Spirit to Spirit, Teachings of Going Within Self. On my TikTok channel, it's Enlightened Souls, and I'm also on my Facebook. It was brought to my attention a documentary. It's how an esoteric hype is exploiting people. Okay. And it's with regards to crystals. Okay. A lot of people are into crystals. Okay. Myself included. Okay. And to say that it is new age. However, it's not new age. Okay. It's been going on since the beginning, long before biblical texts or anything like that, because it's a part of the healing process. It's crystals and diamonds and stuff and what have you, things from the earth are used for many different things. Okay, there's naysayers that say about crystals is more of a placebo effect because it has never been proven. Well, yes, it has. It has been proven that crystals do carry energy. So on the documentary I have it right here, they were saying that it was a placebo effect, right? It's from my experience, okay, when I'm working with crystals, it's not a placebo effect. You do actually feel the energy if you know what you're experiencing. If you're not feeling the energy, then it like everything has, as I said earlier, and I think everything has an energy feeling to it. It can feel like a good energy that makes your body feel good, or it can be an energy that makes your body feel very uneasy. Okay. When you're working with crystals, you know if it's an active crystal. A lot of crystals you have to activate yourself. Some already everything it comes with an energy, but sometimes it can be drained. Okay, because it's living. And people don't believe that, but it is. Okay, and every crystal will have a different feeling to it. You know, because I touch the crystals, I can actually feel the draw. Some crystals actually feel like it's giving you energy, and some feels like it's taking your energy. This being selenite, okay? I don't know a lot of the names of the crystals or what have you. There are more people out there that know a lot more about like how to explain the crystals. And apparently parts of myself, but it doesn't come out in English. And like anything, okay, there can be a dark side to it, okay? Because they make this esoteric thing sound so evil, so 344 on the timer, as I said, so evil. They make it seem so evil in the sense that it's like, well, it's a placebo effect. It's like, well, I'm like, I understand there's a dark side. There's a dark side to everything. You go buy your gold, you go buy your silver, you go buy your freaking diamonds and gems and jewels and all that stuff. You got a dark side to it because of the labor that goes into it, whether it be adult slave labor or child slave labor. There should never be any slave labor, period, whether it's child or adult. when watching the documentary, it come up that during the polishing process and what have you, and sometimes in India, where a lot of slave labor takes place within getting the crystals and cutting them, polishing them, and what have you. When I was watching it, there was some would come on and they naysay the experience that people get from crystals. Sometimes we use them as a decoration. Sometimes we use them for using it as jewelry, like gold, like silver, like diamonds, like gems. Okay, so I'm getting really irritated. No, slave labor on any account, adult or child. No, people should be able to do it because that's what they want to be doing, not forced because somebody wants to stick something in their pocket. They want to stick money in their pocket. So they're, in that sense, they're exploiting. I'm talking about crystals. What's irritating me so much is the slave labor of children, and also that they're making it as though the crystals do not have any healing properties. They make it as if it's a new age. Are these people new age? Are they new age? No. Our ancestors are not new age. It's been going on. Diamonds, gold, all of it. The person that brought this to my attention, I explained parts. And the one that brought this to me is wearing a mother of pearl, Mother Mary necklace. And it's a man. Okay. It's said in the documentary since COVID hit that more and more people are using it. And it's the part of, okay, the biggest thing, the thing that people are buying most is gold and diamonds. If you look at the history of the way gold and diamonds are mined, like diamonds. Okay. It's all gems, like formed of crystal. It's all formed from the earth. Do I think that kids or anybody should be going down like deep freaking holes where they can get trapped and stuff like that, so somebody can make a dollar? No, expect like not kids. No, and there should always be safety things within the system, but they're saying that there's no safety. There's no human rights within it, and that's the actual problem. It's not the crystals. So the crystals aren't dark. What is dark about it is that it's, these big people, not the people selling the stuff, but the people that are working to get rich off it. and they get rich off the backs of others. And that's where human rights become involved. They've violated all human rights for most things, not just crystals. They've created a slave labor. It's not just crystals. And sometimes there's some that want to shut different things down. Because, well, a lot of people, when they say esoteric, it's like, oh, it's esoteric. That is so bad. The ones that are saying it's bad are the ones that knows that these are actually beneficial on many levels. How you think you're running these things. What the frig do you think are in these? The thing that should be happening is they should be actually 11/11, as I say this. The things that should be happening is these big corporations and what have you that is creating the slave labor and child labor should actually be charged. And not only should they be charged, but there should be rights for the people. And the corporations and the government should have no say. It should be the people. There should be a way where we can all get the middleman out. The one that's actually hurting us. Okay? That should be what happens. Because so this is kind of a human rights issue. And it's regarding crystals, gems, what have you. Great one. Okay. Show me some way. You can try to shut me down. And this is a spirit to spirit. You can try to shut me down, but it's not the people that's the problem. It's you. It's your corporations. It's your business. Your shady, dirty business. There's nothing wrong with having crystals because it does actually heal. Like I said, what's wrong is you take advantage of people, of humans, for your greedy, ignorance, selfish. And you think that people are slaves and you don't want to give people what they are actually entitled to. And the people doing the work to bring this stuff to the general public, they're the ones that should be getting the biggest brunt of the money. Because what's actually happening is these people are going out and getting it. And then it's basically being stolen. Because they take advantage of bad situations. They figure because somebody's in poverty, we'll throw you fucking pennies. Seriously? The money that these corporations are taking from the people that's actually doing the labor, doing the work don't deserve shit except for to be taken out of the equation. Because see, we think that we think or believe that we need these other people. They may have the big bucks to get things going, but how about like we do for communities and do it ourselves? Give gratitude and appreciation. Give the people that are out doing this stuff the proper credit. Go directly to them. Tell the companies to go fuck themselves. But see, people don't want to do that. And I have to say, why not? Why not do that? You want to bitch about all the other stuff, but you don't want to solve the problem, because if you wanted to solve the fucking problem, you'd have it solved. Because you'd know that going straight to the person and bypassing all the other bullshit, not only is the people that are actually doing it, doing the work, reaping the benefits from it, this is what's going on in the world. Everybody's complaining about everything. They're putting documentaries up and stuff, but nobody wants to do anything. They don't want to do what's going to solve the fucking problems. They just want to bitch about them. Like, seriously, what's the malfunction here? The malfunction is a big business, your government, your systems. They want to steal from you, because that's what they're actually doing. Because they have no, like, they'll rip it off. Do you think these kids are going out and they're getting this stuff? These other people are going out and getting this stuff, and they're living in fucking tents because people won't wake up and see the truth. Like, I'm getting really fucking irritated. Spirit's irritated because we're raping spirit. We're not putting anything back. And we're allowing these people to get away with this because we want to do this. Because I didn't know about this. It's mainly the polishing and cutting. It's not necessarily the ones going out and getting them, because I've seen like different crystal stores, and people get them from bigger warehouses. I know I ordered some offline. It was like from forget the name of the place, and it was like in China or something like that. And I was waiting and waiting. And then when I got them, I was feeling them, and it was like I was feeling that they were fake. Because sometimes I'll take a crystal and I'll go like that, because it's like a clinging. There's a different form of texture to a real crystal opposed to a fake crystal. There's a place where I'm at, Amethyst Peak. He has a lot of different crystals. Most of them are raw crystals. They're not polished. Raw crystals, I believe, they appear to be more expensive, which is really strange, because there's more to polishing a crystal. But they say, like in that, it says about the cutting of it and what have you. If it's wrong, they're saying that the kids get abused. That's on the fucking adults. One of it said that a mother, the father died, the mother ran out of money, and the mother gave her kids to these slave people with regards to the crystals. So if parents are doing that to their kids, it's usually because of being poor. In India, where it was showing, it was there's no reason for anybody in this world to be fucking poor. Seriously. And if you back your government, fucking shake your head. If you back these corporations, shake your fucking head. If you are loyal to these big businesses, shake your fucking head. Because they ain't loyal to you, and they take your kids, they take you in an instant to put you in that fucking business and treat you like a piece of shit. I'm not saying crystals are bad. I'm not saying stop buying crystals, because crystals actually have healing properties and everybody needs it. And when they're doing this, they said in the thing that they're getting all these crystals and doing all these crystals, but there's not much healing for the people. Well, no, there's not much healing for the people, because the fucking crystals are being taken from the people. People don't know how to take in moderation. People don't know how to really share. People are becoming more and more with sharing, but it's like that phase of, that's mine. You can't, that's mine. Give me that. That's mine. So these businesses that are getting people to go out and dig the diamonds and stuff like that, and then they're taking them, giving you shit wages. Meanwhile, they're getting rich off it. And I got some of these people on here. There's a guy that says, oh, go buy your fucking gold. Go buy your gold. Here, we'll tell you where you buy your gold. Shouldn't people be able to just go get their own gold and not have to pay for it? Because these ones that are stealing it, they're not really taking it from people, taking it from these people that are getting it. They're actually stealing it from you, because you're the one finding it. You're the one mining it. They say, oh, it's on our property. It ain't their fucking property at all, because in all honesty, nobody owns any land. Because none of them had any right to take, sell, or give away. So if you find something, they'll say, oh, well, you stole that. So they hoard it, but they get you to go dig it. And then when you start using the stuff, other stuff comes forward to make it look like it's a bad thing, when it's actually businesses and the companies and what have you, big leagues, the 100%ers, or the 1%ers, the 100 families that are actually stealing from you. Seriously, everyone. I know some crystals are really expensive, because there's some that are very rare. But the ones that find those rare crystals, do you think they really know what it's worth? They find it and they take it somewhere to find out what it's worth. And when you take it somewhere to find out what something's worth, do you think they're really giving you an honest answer? In most cases, no. Because unless you know what you're looking at, unless you know what it actually is. They'll scam you. They'll trick you. And they're abusing people. And I understand that. And I had somebody with regards to, what was it? Cotton. That she was going to get organic cotton. Do people not realize that everything you get, there's always a slave labor behind most things? You think it is right? And that's what we have to stop. It's not stopping this and making people try to make people feel guilty because they have crystals or because they have diamonds or jewelry, like things like that. It's not about making the people that bought them feel guilty in that sense. The ones you need to be going after are the ones that are actually exploiting the people that are getting it. I went to a jewelry store and they said, because I don't buy diamonds, they said, oh, well, they know where they get their diamonds. They're Canadian. Okay, maybe they're Canadian. But how are you getting them? Like mostly in countries that they're actually rich countries, but the people are poor. And that's because the systems are stealing everything from the people. So it's like, why are we not stopping that? Seriously. They're putting this out there to say, but nobody wants to stop that part. They just want to make other people feel guilty for buying something that was said to be of slave labor. I'll say it. Like, you go into McDonald's, you go anywhere. Do you think most of those employees are being treated with respect by their employers and by the customers? No. But they're actually getting slave wages. But, you still go buy your fucking McDonald's and shit, don't you? Am I trying to guilt you? No, I'm trying to make sense. I'm trying to give common sense. So it was like, when this person brought it to me, they know that I'm into crystals and natural healing and energy healing and natural remedies and what have you. Okay. And they bring it to my attention because I said about my podcast. But what really needs to be brought to the attention of people, it's not so much about it's saying because it says the dark side of crystals. That's not the dark side of crystals. Like, the crystals are not a dark side. It's the fucking people that are treating the people like shit who are doing the work to get them. That's the dark side. Do they say about the dark side to flipping burgers? Do they say about the dark side of people going and picking, like, well, they say people don't pick vegetables. But yeah, there are still people out there picking. I went bean picking. That's a hard, it's like, doing stuff like that. That's the hardest fucking, that's not an easy job. It's actually really hard on the body. And on top of that, when you're doing it, you're getting the pesticides all over yourself. I went and done bean picking. And I had to stop doing it because I was having a reaction to the chemicals that they were putting on the food. So I had to stop doing it. But it wasn't easy bean picking because, like I said, so it's not easy getting the crystals. But the ones that do go get it, they should be the ones getting the biggest chunk of change from it. But this mother that sold her kid, gave her kid, and dollars for food. They sell her kids because then they figure they're going to have money, they're going to have something to be able to at least survive off of, and their kids are being abused, but they're so warped into poverty that they feel that there was no other way out. So these corporations and companies and what have you, they take advantage. That's a real big eye opener. But it's a materialistic world, right? We want to turn a blind eye when we should actually be making sure that the people that are doing the work are the ones that get the money, the ones that reap the benefits from it. I mean, the big corporations and what have you, that's on us. That's our fault. We can't. I mean, we're blind. We're blinded because we want to have things, but the things that are actually beneficial to people, it comes at a higher price than the shit that isn't good for the people. It's like you think of groceries, right? Like our farmers are doing the work and what have you. How much benefit are they reaping? How much benefit are they getting? And some people say, "Oh, well, farmers are rich." Are they rich, or are they living above their means in a certain degree, or are they getting their pockets small? Because the government, the companies, and what have you, they have us in slave labor. And some people will come on here and they'll say, "Oh, well, you gotta work," and like, yeah, but shouldn't we be able to do stuff that we enjoy doing, not like going and being a bitch for other people, and not like all these the higher ups reaping all the benefits, and then the ones that are doing the work are scrounging for their food the next day? You're going to grocery stores, you're paying an arm and a leg for groceries, for fruit and vegetables and what have you, healthy food. You're paying an arm and a leg for it, and you're getting it home. And when you get it home, you realize it's fucking near rotten. It's the same as when it's the buyer beware, but it's sliding it in under. It's sliding it past you because, well, they won't notice because everybody's so fucking hard up. They got to buy it. I wonder what they do if everybody, not just in one country, but everybody worldwide, just never bought nothing. just really sat with it. Had a worldwide chat about what they were experiencing through the systems. But see, they keep you divided. They fuck with your algorithms because they fuck with mine all the time. Hi. Talking about crystals. And they do. They'll put fake information out there because, you know, Bruce Lipton and if you go on Gaia talks a lot about crystals on there and how crystals are beneficial not only to the human body, but to the world itself. Because crystals have many uses. And when I refer to crystals, it's like it's stuff that's created from the earth. But watch that documentary. See the actual dark side of it. The dark side is it's not the crystals, and it's mainly they direct it towards one place, India. So cobalt, okay, diamonds, gold, gems, shit. You know, you can go pick a fucking rock, or you can go to places and you'll buy a rock, won't you? Rocks are easier to find than some crystals. Where is that? Get in. Okay. I got more up there. I collect rocks. They say, don't take rocks from the beach. Don't take anything from the beach. Don't take nothing. Why? Why not take nothing? Seriously. What is it? Because then if you take it, it's not there for them to take and fucking sell. Just go down. Just go to the earth replenishes, but it doesn't replenish as fast as people are stripping it. And it's not that it's so much to people. The people are getting paid to do it, but they're getting shit wages. They're getting abused. I'm serious. Like I don't like the systems, and I don't like the corporations. You know, they'll fucking kick small businesses out. They'll shut down small businesses. What happened in COVID? What happened? Seriously, what happened? Small businesses were fucking shut down. Meanwhile, these big ass bulk stores were fucking left open. So the corporations were getting rich and the little people were getting poor and losing their livelihoods. Wow. How about everybody just stop buying from these big businesses and start going and buying from the small ones? Well, they say, oh, because the small ones are more expensive. Well, no fucking wonder. That's our fault for that. Because, oh, we had to have these big stores. Meanwhile, like you go into a big store and it's fucking hijacking your brain because you got so many bells and whistles and frequencies and shit going off. And then the essential stuff that you need, it's way back at the fucking back. So you got to go through all of everything. You got to go if you like go past. Oh, so you get distracted. Go watch the movie They Live. Hot Roddy Piper. For all you wrestling fans, go watch it. Seriously. I watched it in like 2021. I was in my camper trailer because that's where I was living. And I watched it. And holy shit, the jerking and jolting and my body went through and the friggin' crying and screaming because I actually understood what it was saying. Buy, consume, obey. And you know what they did? They put on the glasses representing the third eye. And like in the cable guide, they put out the antenna on top of the television station because it sends off a frequency that keeps people distracted so that they can't get a thought in their head. But then we say, oh, they're fucking ADHD. Autism. It's all you're reacting to the frequencies. And when people use crystals, it's grounding them. In all honesty, you can say about the different crystals and the different properties that they have. This crystal's for this and this crystal's for that. Clear quartz. Clear quartz is your biggest main crystal. Go refer to Nikola Tesla. He'll even tell you. Because that's where I got it from. Do I believe him? Yeah, you're fucking right, I do. Because he's one of the brilliant minds. He's one of the ones that were connected with spirit. He's one of the ones that were actually tapped into the universe. And yes, he was fucking getting signals and he was connected with, what they say. Oh, well, they're going to hurt you. It's your fucking ancestors. Wasn't hurting him. It was until he started realizing what he was experiencing because he didn't know to the point where, it causes mental health until you understand it. And crystals will actually help get you more grounded because it does, whether these fucking naysayers want to say it doesn't or not. Have you ever used a fucking crystal? Or are you so fucking closed-minded that you think you're the only intelligent one in the fucking world and you know what's right? No, you don't. The ones that knows that what's right are the ones that fucking experiences it. The ones that are right are the ones that actually do the research. Like these people that say, oh, it doesn't work. What? Did you take 5 people? Because as far as I know, we live in a world with like over 8 billion people or so. So take your statistics, take your fucking theory, this shit. And people need to realize, they're just taking a certain amount of people. And then they're running with what their agenda works for them. Because, if you're throwing shade on crystals and what have you, it's only because it takes the profit away from you. Basically, do I think that crystals should be as expensive as they are too? I don't think anything should be as expensive as it is. Because it's actually abundant. We're just told that we can't go in certain areas. And you know why? Because that's where the biggest abundance is. Why do you think they have crown land? They know what the fuck is on the land. They don't want you on it. And it ain't even theirs. They stole it. Well, can't steal something that nobody really owned. But they decided that they wanted to claim it for themselves. And some people may say, oh, you just come on and rant and rave. You're fucking right. It's my channel. Don't like what I have to say? Don't come on. Seriously. I'm not going to suppress myself and not say what I'm experiencing or what I'm seeing. You know, you're actually stealing from the mother. You're stealing from the earth. And then you steal from the whole, you steal. You say you own this, you own that. Really? The only thing that you fucking own is your materialistic shit. Because you don't own anything that has to do with the earth. Or the sky. Or the universe. Because that's all gods, that's all spirits. That's all the energy. It belongs to everyone. Like I can feel the irritation. See, they say that you can go on crown land, but they catch you on crown land. They kick you off. It's like, does people ever wonder why? Or do you just say, oh, well, it's crown land? Yeah, you're allowed to go on crown land until you decide that you want to like reap benefits from it, and then they claim it as theirs. Do you think the queen really fucking owns the property? Oh wait, she's dead. Do you think the king owns the property? No. I have two or three, like three sides of my family. My father's side, taken from Scots Ireland, Weiss Corner, brought to where I'm at now. That was in 1741. They were given crown land. When they got here, they had to wait and wait. I fucked over. Then another part of my family, around about the same time, got taken from like up around France area, brought to where I'm at now, put on property. And then they got fucked over. And my sixth, seventh great grandfather, because he was defending the people that were there, the native community, he was defending them. And I'll tell you, he was actually a Luciferian. Basically, he was defending the people. You didn't throw your tack at me. Don't give a shit if you like what I had to say right there. In the Cornwallis event from 1747 to roughly 1756 or what have you, in around 1952 or 1752, my seventh grade, well, he was my sixth, seventh grade grandfather, however it went. He was one of the victims that got scalped. Because he was defending something. He was defending the people. And that was in front of his wife, who was pregnant, and their 2-year-old child. And that was the British colony. I'm not saying that every one of those cultures are bad. I'm saying that people glorify these people that you don't even know the fucking real story. I don't agree with kids doing it. And, you know, somebody just said, teach them young. Seriously? It's time that kids are kids. You want to make money? Get your fucking ass out there and sweat yourself. Then I guess you were used as a kid. And I feel for you. And maybe that's why you think the wrong thing about that kids should be doing stuff. We are supposed to be free explorers, experiencing stuff. Having that, oh, there's a butterfly. Oh, look at the pretty thing. Not sitting around cutting our fucking fingers, not getting hurt, not being beat up because, you know, we're not going fast enough or we cut it wrong. Hey, it's disgusting. It's the consciousness. I went into a crystal shop yesterday and I talked about it from my previous live. I went in there and I said, I can feel energy, very much so. And I couldn't really feel a lot, if any, because it was like they were drained or they weren't real. I picked up one thing and I held it in my hand and I kind of felt it. It's supposed to be crystals. It's not supposed to be plastic. So it's the buyer beware. Because, like, you know, they will take advantage of people who are new to crystals that don't know what the crystals actually feel like or what you're supposed to experience from a crystal. I do feel energy from crystals. And that's why I can feel if it's real or not, or if it's been siphoned, or if there's been mojo put on it. Yes, you do have to clear your crystals because other people can put their like every time you go in there, people are touching them, so they're putting their energy on it. It's the same as anything. You go into a store, and it is real. You know, when they were saying 6 feet apart, that part was real. Only they were telling you it was because of COVID, but it actually wasn't because of COVID. It was because we all have an energy expansion, like in a circular motion, arm spread, and it goes out. And we're coming in contact with other people with the energy. And this will actually, if you're around something with negative energy, this will actually absorb the negative energy. So, you know, I have to ask, like, why are we attacking little people, the little people? Why are we getting pissed off at the little people and not really going to the source of the fucking problem, which is the real greed, which are the ones that are getting rich off of us, off our children, because they'll use our children to get to us. I went to a ball game last year, and there was this kid there. So they're giving candy. It's like, go to the kids. Go to the kids. Because then the kids will go to the parents and fucking beg their parents to buy it. Seriously. Using kids? The fuck's your problem? That's exploiting. Dici que ai. Tu le queremos do que sucuduia. They're the ancestors. Our ancestors were so family oriented. They protected their children most of the time, and then their children were stolen, taken. And that's parts of us. It's a part of you. It's like some people, they wouldn't work for fucking $25 an hour, but they'd expect somebody to go work for 14. Oh, you gotta go. Get in that. Get in there. I want to be served my food. I'm fucking irritated. I feel the irritation. Everything's supposed to be an even exchange. It's not supposed to be like, this person's got to give and give and give, and this one will throw fucking pennies. Ones that are actually doing the work. Meanwhile, the ones you look up to, they're sitting in their high seats. Oh, did you see the reaction when we did that? Oh, cheers, man. Have your fucking expensive champagne. We're fucking irritated. I don't care if people like want to look at me one way or another. There are people in here and around the world that fucking totally understand because they've had it. And those are the ones that are standing up. Those are the ones that are saying, and everybody else needs to start following suit. Because there is a new earth coming. There is a good place coming. But it comes from us. We produce the change. We produce the good change. Because when we get rid of all these frequencies that fucking hurt you, seriously, the world needs to go on strike. The people need to go on strike and tell the one percenters to go fuck themselves. And they ain't what keeps the world going round. The people are what keeps the world going round. They just lead you to believe that you need them. When what you need is yourself and each other to make a better world. You need yourself to make a better life for yourself. But we need a world to unite, come together, and see that the way through this. I thought for me. You know, if I could, I just like, it's like Yeshua taking it, flipping the fucking tables over. They're like the ones that are sitting in these places that are saying, oh, well, you admire me, admire me. I'm the all-knowing. You're not the fucking all-knowing. The only thing you fucking know is how to fucking manipulate and trick people. To the pub. Go kiss another person's shoe. And that ain't being disrespectful to anybody. I don't agree with it. But that's just me. I feel for the people. Because, you go into these churches, yes, healing is real. But, like if somebody's getting rich off you because they're helping you to learn, like helping you to heal, there's a difference between creating something and then taking advantage of somebody. Have I ever taken advantage of somebody? Oh, probably. Whether it was in this lifetime or a previous lifetime of the now. Because we've all done it. But, people want to say, oh, I'm so fucking righteous. But, that's even used out of context. Because they'll say, oh, you think you're so righteous. Well, we are when we make what is the right choice. And that's not to fucking punch someone down when they're already down. You might think I'm coming in here and shaming you and guilting you and trying to ridicule people, but I'm not. It's part of shaking us because I'm shaking myself too. And I can feel it within my body. And every time we move, every time we shift, you're shifting because the mother earth is shifting. Mother Nature, they call it Mother Nature. Just being able to take on the role of both the masculine and feminine. Yeah, I feel that. Hi. Spirit to spirit. This just don't just happen when I'm online. This happens all the fucking time. Kaya, inututuloy si tutti lasciano essere cá, que não, que tutorial abrir essa não. It's the part of nobody has a fucking clue until they wake up. And I'm not talking fucking world record. I'm talking about the actual Christ. Yeah, Maria Shalisa, we are scared and we can. You're right. Surya. Chiam. Uia, Krisa de Tureram. Adriare de Toriano. Yes, Rian. Rie. Muy lampo. Scriverai turetta con creatanne piano, scriverai, scriverai. Ah, my channel's not for everyone. Discreeta. Spirit to spirit. Discriminatoriana. Your sisters don't like me. People don't like me. You know, and usually it's because they're still locked into the system. They're still in that limiting belief system. Your true teachers, your real teachers. You've been told that to feel. And I have to say, if you're telling me I'm mentally ill, thank you. Because what you're actually telling me is I'm spiritually connected. Yeah. I'm not knocking people's religion because you know if it helps you get to God. But I'll tell you right now, Yeshua what wasn't, and I've said it before, Yeshua wasn't from a religion controlled because you know, sure, like I said, you know, so it was good stuff about it. Like it really was like really closely. They were saying about this stuff, but they were making it sound demonic because they because evil is actually man-made, and it is because evil actually represents a lack of empathy for life. Okay? See, I mean, people may say, "Are we? You don't know nothing?" Could ask you. You know what I'm saying in the languages? Because you know, if you're getting irritated with me, that's because your shadows, the ones that are connected with you, different aspects of you, and this is not patronizing. That's what you're experiencing. Because it's that part of the truth is coming through and they know it. And that's a spirit to spirit because one spirit's telling the other spirit. Because spirit is going to make you feel it. And the sooner you realize that and you understand, then your life will start to improve. And if you don't want your life to improve, that's up to you. But don't think that others are going to let you drag you to it. That others are going to let you drag them down with you. Because spirit's going to empower people. Spirit is going to show people what true love, true unity, true connection, true Christ consciousness is. Because not only like the crystals have energy within them, but don't forget they have a story. Because when I hold crystals and I start channeling, I'm telling the story of that crystal. When I go to bed, if I take a walk and I hold a rock, I'm getting the story of that rock. And people may not believe that, and the reason why you don't is because you've been programmed not to remember that you know this. Because you are the ancestors. And that's why you experience the things that you do. The traumas and PTSD and stuff that you experience within yourself. Not necessarily are you experiencing it because it's something that you yourself really experienced. It's something that your ancestor, family member, what have you, had experienced, and you're just witnessing it on a different level, on a different frequency, on a different wave. Kira-kira that you always hear the saying, curiosity killed the cat. Well, I'm here to tell you, curiosity actually freed the cat because the cat was walked in and the cat was curious enough to find its own fucking way out. Mice, squirrels, what have you, they went in somewhere where they find a way in, or they find a way out. Confirmation. Train going by. Be big, bold, and brave. We got to stop doing this and being afraid of everything. Because fear is your enemy. There's a lot of false information which is true. It's the propaganda. It's the manipulation, the mind manipulation. Why not get out of the frequencies, bad frequencies. Connect with yourself, connect with Mother Earth, connect with Spirit. Because Spirit is Mother Earth. Connect. And you'll actually start learning how to feel your way through. You'll be able to use your own true discernment. You'll be able to know if someone's doing something to make others feel guilty for one thing or another. Because maybe that's just one part, a piece. Because they didn't see a big thing. Because see, we never know anymore if something is staged. And I'm not saying that that was staged because I know it happens. I was gonna say my water looks yellow, but the only reason why it looks yellow is because, you know, behind the cup I have a yellow wall. I have a lot of within my house. I have a lot of different things with regards to spiritual aspect of everything. I have stuff in there that people believe to me, religious stuff, spiritual stuff. I have a major collection of rocks. Like I got rocks everywhere, and I still get because when I pick up a rock, I feel its story. When I pick up things, I feel their story. I feel like buy something secondhand. It has an energy attached to it. That's why you feel like something you bring into your house. Like people will see the rocking chair and start rocking. Do you not understand what that is? Right? The things that will actually help us to see stuff on a much deeper level, on more of a connection. They try really hard to take it out of people's hands and make it like it's taboo, taboo. That's Pandora's box. Taboo's Pandora's box. That's demonized. That's dark. I'll say it again. Your fucking witchcraft is the fucking pills that you stick in your mouth. Potion. There's different forms of potion. Using natural and then going and using toxic stuff where they're putting crude oil and everything and shit. Seriously. Your energy drinks. I think I actually shared it on my Facebook. Your energy drinks, the powder that it's made out of, that actually comes from human waste. Do I believe that? Oh yeah. Why do you think you're so fucking sick all the time? You want an energy boost? Here, pick up a selenite. Pick up a rock. Hug a tree. Go outside. Like seriously, don't drink those. And then I don't, never gave it to my kids because I thought they were like, I tasted Red Bull one time in 2007. I was working, I was working at a golf course and I bought one of the Red Bull energy drinks. Holy shit, you talk about disgusting. I couldn't even drink it. I had one sip out of it. It was like, ugh. What I drink mainly is tea, coffee, and water. And most of the time, my coffee's black because I feel ill if I drink the juices in the containers. I don't drink milk anymore. I have ice cream sometimes, but I try to avoid ice cream that's made from cow's milk. If I can get coconut ice cream or something like that. fish and eggs, and I even want to get away from those. But it's being able to afford the rest of the stuff, because the stuff that's good for us is the stuff that they have so fucking expensive. You go look at stuff that, is loaded with sugar, it's processed, and, it's going to make you obese, to make you sick and diabetic and everything else. But, that's cheap stuff. That's all you see. If you notice, you have one tiny little section for healthy food, and then a whole fucking gigantic store full of fucking crap food. And if you read it, you don't even understand what you read. But people don't read it. I'm not throwing shame on you, because I used to do the same thing until I realized that that was what was making me ill. A big part of what was making me feel like crap, that was making me gain weight. Since I stopped eating crap food, since I stopped eating a lot of it, really, I don't eat mostly, like, I get sugar. It's mostly natural sugars from my fruits and vegetables and stuff. Cucumber. One energy, eat a cucumber. Things with, like, stuff with seeds, because it carries a lot of water. Watermelon, a cucumber is your biggest source. So it's like, some people want to look at me like I have 20 heads. Maybe I do. Maybe I have 100 heads. Maybe I have, wait a minute, say you're one, or I knew you were me. So if that's the case, then I guess I have 8 billion heads. Okay? No, that was a pretty fucked up phrase to say, but wait a minute. We are aspects of spirit. That not only were we different forms of humans, but we are also animals, plants, rocks, extraterrestrials. We are versions of everything. Yeah, I thought. Yeah. When you love it, think of the Vatican. But it's probably the Vatican that puts out about this stuff, because they do it themselves. They're fucking sitting on crystals. Their stuff is made of gold. They're big buildings. It's actually big energy sources. See, people that don't believe in, what they call fiction, fairy tale, an illusion. Well, you're already in the fucking illusion, and they're trying to keep you in it. It's like the movie The Matrix. It's a secret dying. The movies actually tell you stuff. So put it out there. Like, they're telling you that it is fiction. That's not real. And then for the aliens, extraterrestrials, or what have you, they're making it scary. When they're the scary ones. We are. Monsters Inc. movie Monsters Inc., the little girl got through the door because the monster transferred and instead she got through the door. She thought those two were cute, but it was the chameleon. Chameleon. They were going in kids' closets. And they were scaring the shit out of your kids. And you. Because that was their energy source. And then what happened at the end? It was laughter that produced laughter and love that produced the highest ranking of energy source. Right? Ants? Or was it? No, it was bugs life. When the ants were collecting all the food for the grasshoppers. The ants were being bullied by the grasshoppers. The ants were collecting food, and the grasshoppers would come every season and take all the food and leave the ants alone. Are you awake yet? Are you realizing what I'm explaining? It's good for you. I'm telling you this stuff from the time you're little. But wait a minute, our kids already know this stuff and they're telling us it. You know, there's more and more kids also that want to get into crystals because they're telling us something. They know. I was at the ball field the other weekend. And it was just this around and like talking to this little girl, and she brought up about crystals. And she was just awed by my crystals. I'm telling you, our kids are smarter than us in that sense. Because they're coming in knowing it. And then when they tell us about it, we're telling them, oh, that's nonsense. Seriously. I'll be honest with you. Right now, I'd sooner listen to a kid than another fucking adult, except for the ones that already understand it. Not being rude, not throwing shame. I'm just saying. Eh? Yeah, because there's a lot of energy right now. Wow. I know that when I'm speaking the languages, I know there's a lot of information coming in. And I am very grateful and blessed that I was chosen to do this. We're all chosen. Some take the call, some have harder missions than others because we decided to do it, even if we don't remember we did. Because I do holler sometimes with spirit and stuff like, why the fuck you put me here? Like, holy crap, I just like you get so like you get so frustrated, not with spirit, but with like everything around, and you just feel like you just want to hello, hello, yeah, wake up. And I know I'm still waking up right now. I know that I'm have stuff that I have suppressed in ways because I can feel it right here. It's like sometimes it feels like my head just wants to go. It's like, dang. But it's bringing so much up at a time, because if we tried to bring everything all at once in the sense, we would overload. Our body would just completely overload, and I know that because it was like when I first had my awakening, my body went in such violent vibrations. It wasn't a seizure, it wasn't a convulsion. It was like I got electrocuted on a very high scale. And it was like my blood was boiling inside. My brain was shaking violently within like violently, my whole body. It was an experience that I would not want to see or wish on anyone. It was like, holy shit. I didn't think I was going to make it alive. And it happened twice. But you know, and it was like my blood was boiling inside and I went catatonic. The God, Spirit, Mother, Father, Holy Source, what have you, they don't give us what we can't handle. In all honesty, I don't know how I made that. I don't know how I came out of any of it all. But I know it was an experience that I had to go through. So I can understand why people don't eat ham. Because when that happened, all I could smell was it was like ham cooking. It was putrid. And then I got into crystals and frequencies. Nobody asked away. See, people don't want to listen because they say you're crazy, that you didn't really experience that. Fuck, I didn't. Did you experience that? And did you experience people fucking hollering at you and getting mad at you because you're trying to explain something that they don't fucking understand? It just makes me stronger. I may cry, but it's aspects of myself letting it go. Even if I don't understand parts of it. Tell your story, everyone. Tell your spiritual awakening story. tell your experiences, because there are people out there that will speak your truth. Don't back down from it. Don't be afraid, because it's about awareness. Because as you start bringing it forward, then people know that they're not alone. That it's not a medical condition. It's spiritual. Queria sorrir. My family forget about what we all went through in '99. Because in '99, well, prayer change was going on for me because I was fighting for my life on a spiritual level, just like this time. Then I didn't know what I was going through. I didn't understand my future. I knew it was like I was fighting for my life on a spiritual level. I was saying it was like a possession. Which, I went and had an exorcism. They didn't really tell me a whole lot. That, like, I mean, the church did, as the church did the exorcism. They just told me to keep praying to God, but they didn't actually explain anything to me, because it wasn't just about praying. Because every time you pray to God to help you, or because you want something, God sends you to help. Spirit sends you to help. It's a matter of whether you're going to accept the help or not, whether you want the help, whether you want to accept the opportunity. Yeah. There you go. I say, there's a lot coming from it. This is not a weakness. This is a strength, because it takes a lot of strength to tell you. It takes a lot of releasing the fear of what others will think of you or feel, or how others will see you or speak to you. It's like, just look at the thing, like, until you go through it yourself, you don't understand. You can go read your book, you can go preach it in a church or anywhere, because you don't have to be in the church to preach. And I'll say it again, I don't go to church because I don't like what they put out there. They want to kill each other, and they want to put the people in the middle of it. But they want to say, "Oh, come, come! Don't forget to give us your money." God don't want your money. You want to help people? Go directly to the people and help them. Don't give to give to somebody and think that they're going to do what's best for the money that you give. They might say it's non-profitable, but they're profiting from behind where you can't see. One religious congregation in itself saves $71 billion in taxes. So where's that money going? Because it sure the fuck ain't going to the people. Because if it was, then the people wouldn't be experiencing what they're experiencing. People wouldn't be poor. Meanwhile, these ones that are like the higher ups that are sitting in the church being glorified, why aren't they teaching you how to heal yourself? Instead of saying, oh, come to us. You need us to find God. No, you need you to find God. Making the connections to nature, to the mother, to what is produced through God, the natural stuff that is produced from God, source, spirit, the energy, because it's all created through us. We are the creators, because everything we think of or have a thought about, we manifest it, we put it out there, and then we're left wondering, well, why did that happen? Well, it happened because, that's the way you've seen it. You made it happen. But do you want to believe that or not? I mean, if you're a Reiki healer or anything like that, don't knock somebody else because they're doing it differently. It's the same fucking thing, only they're doing it differently. They're doing it how they know what works for them. And it's the part of really knowing what it is. Because if you're a healer or what have you, and you know somebody else for the way that they're healing, you actually know the truth of it? Or are you just going through the motion because you feel it may be profitable for you? That's a belief, and I'm not shooting you guys down that do it. Because with tarot card readers and home readers, and astrology and stuff like that, it's all the tools. It's the tools that Spirit has given us in different ways. But they're not supposed to be there for the whole time. They're a tool, they're a teaching tool to teach you how to tap into your own abilities, and instead of relying on something else. I don't rely on the crystals as like so much as I rely on being able to shift my own energy, because I use energy to shift energy. Spirit taught me. People didn't teach me. Spirit taught me. And this little dude, because he tells me, like, I know when other spirits are around. I may not physically see them in that sense, but he'll let me know too. When I tell him, like, yeah, I know. And he'll tell me if he thinks he knows them. He'll tell me if they're really strange looking. I can be with somebody and I can tell, like I told people, you got something here, and they won't believe you. It's like, what? You're saying I'm lying because you're not feeling them, you're not seeing them, but I am. Maybe I'm not physically seeing them to describe it, in that sense because I have it close in that sense. But when I'm out and about, I know what I'm seeing because there could be nobody there around me. And then all of a sudden, it's like people can remember. So that's the part where, my frequency, my vibration changed. I went to a funeral and there was hardly anybody there. I was sitting there and I was looking around. And then all of a sudden, the energy changed and a bunch of people were there. And it was like, whoa, man, I'm not even in my own fucking plane anymore. And then I had to figure out how to shift it. And then when I shifted it, it was like people all of a sudden disappeared again. And when that happens, people look like the people, but in some ways, there's a difference. And that's part of the spiritual eye. You're seeing both sides. You're seeing, well, you're seeing many sides. You're able to walk between both the physical and the spirit plane. Capture of the mystical. You're capable of going between realms. And I know that there's times when, it's different versions of my cat coming. And I know that. Because I communicate with him on the physical, emotional, and mental and spiritual level. So I know when my little fart's different. Because just the way he moves, the way he feels. And I had a dream one time, and that's how I know because it was different bunch of cats that looked like him. Some were kind of no, no, you can't. You have to be down. And in my dream, it was like, holy shit, man, they were coming from everywhere. So I know the different versions. I actually, I don't isolate myself because, as I said, I like going out. I'll put crystals on to absorb, sometimes to absorb some of the energies around and then shift it and transmute it back. But I don't send attacks back to people because I know that it's not attacks. They're sending them for a reason. So it's taking it on and sending it back healed. Sometimes certain energies, it's like you gotta drop it. That Johnny Cash song, Return to Sender. Well, for a while, I was doing the Return to Sender thing until I realized, if I'm returning to sender, then I'm only putting karma back on myself. So it's part of being able to transmute it into good energy to send that back to me, opposed to harmful energy, toxic energy. You do this, dude. And I also had shells and everything. Little Mermaid, yep. I can be like, yes, because I know I was a mermaid. Because I'm like a mermaid, like they collect things. It's like shiny things, but it was like glass, stuff like that. Glass, rocks, pick up crystals. But it's that part of allowing the child to be the explorer, to experience things. Finding your inner child, because everything is so serious. But it's only serious because they're putting things out there to make you think, make you believe that things are worse than what they are, but they're actually, it's not that they're worse than what they were, it's because we're actually seeing it now. We're seeing it for what it is. It's being exposed, the veil, like the truth, the curtain has come down. You say the apocalypse. Well, the apocalypse is the unveiling of the truth. It's the end of the world in a sense, but not as we believe that the world is just going to blow up. If you think the world is going to blow up, if you want to think about negative things like that, then that's what you're going to see, and that's where you're going to end up staying. That's the vibration you're going to remain in. The state of being that you're going to remain in. The reality, because you're keeping that reality going for yourself. Because you're not stepping back out of it. You're allowing them to hijack you in that sense. I feel that. Right here. What I'm doing is, like, when I'm doing this, like, it may come off as appearing to be aggressive, assertive, or like what have you, but the whole time I'm working on helping to heal. And it's the part of, like, I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you hate me. I'm still going to throw up. I'm still going to send back goodness to you. Because I don't know. But my body does. The spirit does. And that's why it's transmuting and one who can back different forms of healing. Whether it's something you feel in your life. It's up to you whether or not you want, like, if you're getting aggravated, then there's parts of you that are accepting it And then there's parts of you that, as you're accepting it, you're getting irritated. Skip. Skip, because I'm doing it on a massive scale because I'm doing it with myself. So if I'm doing it with myself and others are experiencing it, then it's because you're connected in that sense. And nobody has permission to take over your body. Nobody has permission to take over your thoughts unless you give it to them. And I don't give it to anybody except I work with spirit. But spirit don't do anything that doesn't feel right to me. And that's if if I'm not doing my inner work and I'm suppressing something that I know needs to come out, then spirit will let me know in different ways that I have to allow myself to feel it. I have to allow myself to experience it. I have to allow myself to let it go. That's why sometimes if I get angry or come off as being angry, it's because it's parts of not just myself, but parts of others that have that anger and frustration. You're just seeing what you're feeling. You're seeing it come through me. ¿Qué te parece, right? Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I want to thank everyone that came, was stayed, and what have you, for like what have you. As I said, I'm not here for followers. I'm just bringing myself forward and enlightenment, healing to those that wouldn't accept it. I was. It's shifting energy as I explained. Um, it's uh, it's healing. Whether it comes out like assertive or what have you, it's aspects of of our own spirits of ourselves, it's aspects of what we're experiencing, and it's like coming through me. But if people, like I was saying, if people throw stuff at me, I'm gonna send it back because I'm healing, and everybody. How did you know you had a problem? Sorry, I don't understand because I don't feel it to be a problem. The problem was that I didn't know what I was experiencing. That was the problem. And that I was going to the ones that said that they were professionals, but they weren't helping in the sense that, in order to be able to help somebody, it's about knowing what they're experiencing, knowing that it's mental health as well and spiritual. And if you mean like what I was experiencing is a problem or what have you, it was spirit pointed it out, and spirit will point it out to you. But it's not so much a problem as it is the disconnected. We disconnected, so wait, disconnected from our own energies, from the spirit. We disconnected from our own empathy for life. Yeah, usually. I hope some of this, I know, not I hope, I know some of this has helped others, whether they understood it or not, in the higher aspect of it. Whether, like, like I said, whether you feel like you were aware of it or not. It's a part of, maybe you're going to, well, you'll probably wake up tomorrow feeling even slightly different. Something will appear different, and you'll be left. That makes sense. Well, don't try to make sense of it right now. It'll all make sense in time. That don't make sense. Yeah. Doing. Sometimes there's like it's like interference. It's trying to. It's like it trips you up, and I know that like I'll I don't get that. And to me, that would come off like not right. I don't like that. Tikure kariya ko rin ela kuri to ita. Usually we see ita. Sabi ko to tayo. I love the man that can handle trouble, that can gather strength from distress, and grow brave by reflection. So I'll leave it at that. With that being said, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be yourself. Be your authentic self. Be true to yourself. Be true to others. When being yourself, be who you are, not who somebody says you are or you have to be. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and know that you have more strength and you are more powerful than you can comprehend at times. I'm sending you all love. Have a great week. I'll probably see you or talk before the week is out. But in the meantime, have an awesome Monday. Love you. William. My finger again. Shit. No, it's green. There. Work that time. Yes,